I am not playing it safe. I said what I said. It is what it is. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel.
Well, what is up, guys? I know I haven't been on here in a while, but decided to come check in, man. It's been a whole different start to a year, a whole crazy start. I mean, since January. I haven't done an episode here since like December. But things have uh things have been crazy. I mean, what did we all have in the beginning of this year so far, right? We had New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, we had the New Orleans thing where the guy drove his car into people. We've had in January two plane crashes, one over the Potomac and one into Philadelphia, which was a medical air ambulance or emergency Airbus, and a whole lot of other things. Record low temperatures here in Pennsylvania and down the south. I mean, they had a foot of snow in New Orleans just over the week. This last week, they had about 11 inches or more in Virginia, West Virginia. So I don't know. So, but it's a new year. Everybody gets a new start. I mean, it's the end of February now, so I just wanted to check in. It's been just to see what was going on, feel it out a little bit. I know everybody on New Year's, they all made their New Year's resolutions and things, trying to start new things, a new business, anything, man, weight loss goals and stuff, which I should probably partake in those. I don't know. Um, but as long as you just keep pushing, you just want to be better off, a better version of you than you were last year, right? And when you say something or you start out a new business or a new venture, or an idea, even an idea, and you tell somebody, and especially if you tell people that aren't doing anything, don't have business, just work, don't have any aspirations, what are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you, oh, you can't do it, you have to do it this way, and all these other things, but and then that causes fear and anxiety and stuff, and then people don't take the next step. What you got to do is take the next step, man. Like me, I'm trying to do some different things. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, here on YouTube or TikTok or anything, I don't just try to stick to one thing. I mean, I may do accident calls, I may do cooking videos, I do some restaurant reviews. I want to have some up and coming artists come on. I have some political candidates in our area that are going to be lined up. I'm sure they'll want to do interviews. Like we got a new mayor that's running out there in Shamokin, some township commissioners, and all kinds of things, man. But it's always naysayers. You can't do that, or you should do it this way. Don't do it this way, or I like it better this way. Well, that's what you like. You're the one that's putting the work in. Like me, I'm the one that goes out there to do things, to meet people, to talk to people. You're the one that has to put the footwork in. So why are you going to listen to somebody else? The only people you listen to are people that are already established, already have businesses, people that are doing things that you want to do, right? You want to be to that part. You want to have a mentor. There's always naysayers. I talk to other people that are online with Facebook and stuff with bigger followings, and I talk to them, and they just tell me, not to pay attention. Because usually the people that are in the comment sections and all that, and the naysayers are always the people, like I said, that aren't doing anything with their lives. They've never done anything. They're not doing anything. They probably never will do anything. And I hope the best for everybody, right? Or you have the people that come on when you say something and somebody gets offended. Now, I don't go out of my way to offend anybody. I don't. I mean, I really don't. I won't target anybody, anything like that. And I always try to stay as non-biased on certain things as possible. But I just can't be biased or non-biased, as it on facts when people are stupid, man. If you're acting stupid, you get treated accordingly. That's what the whole thing is on my page, right? But I'm trying to expand. I try to have artists on things like that, and we always try to do something for the community. Like I said about naysayers and people in the comments, they always get offended or something. And usually the people aren't even offended for themselves. Usually they're offended on behalf of somebody else, some other race, some other culture, some other gender, something. Not themselves. They're offended for them. So if you think somebody was saying something that was offensive towards them, didn't you just put them in second place by you having to step up to be offended for them because they couldn't be offended for themselves? I don't know. But I said we just had the Christmas contest and stuff. Everything was handed out back in December and things. I try to do things for the community. I see other people that do things for the community. You see churches doing things. And everybody says, why don't churches step up more? People step up more. Usually the people talking about stepping up more are usually the people that don't step up at all. So, but when you do things like that, you can always see, I can see, not you, I can see why people would stop doing things for like communities and stuff like that. Because it doesn't, I mean, it gets recognized, but it doesn't get recognized. And usually, like when I do something, I do it for me. Like I did it for me to help other people. I like to help other people. I like to see people, happy. Not like in particular do I care about people's feelings, but I care about people as a whole, if that makes any sense. Like if you get offended or something, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's how you got perceived. And then your actions after that, and then it becomes a my problem, if you like attack me for it. So, but like I said, you see churches and stuff when they give out free stuff, they give out free food, they give out clothing, they help people with fires and stuff like that when they do it. And a lot of people accept the things and expect the things, right? They feel entitled or something, like they were supposed to do that. Well, why would most of the people that accept their things won't even step foot in their church, won't even come to their group, won't even do anything, doesn't even acknowledge them on the street. Like during the Christmas time, all these free gifts and free food and stuff like that gets handed out by churches, by the county, by local groups and stuff like that. Everybody will take the free stuff, but nobody supports them. Everybody will, say things and want to be involved, but they don't really support them. I mean, look at me. I do something. Nobody supports me unless I'm giving something out. I try to do things. I try to keep people aware. I try to bring people together as much as I can. I give them educational things, and they won't. And I get it. And I don't beg for anything. But when I see them go and support somebody else, just because they have a bigger following or it sounds cool, they don't do it. Those people don't do anything for you. Don't try to do anything for you, but you support them. Basketball players, football players, bigger social media influencers that don't do anything. They're not out in the community. They're not doing anything. They're just quietly sitting back making videos or something or sayings or something, but they don't do anything. They'll never know your name. They don't want to get involved. So I can see why people would be discouraged. So, but like I said, we're trying this again. This would be the third episode of the last Glizzy on the roller, the running joke between some people and me. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of the news lately. I used to watch a lot of news. I used to get my news from about 11 different sources, right? And we got a new president. That was another thing that happened this year. Everything's getting shaken up. People are getting out. People got pardoned from the last administration without ever being even accused of a crime. They were just pardoned just in case. That to me is just sounds weird. But I don't know. This new administration, I hope they do good. I like Trump. I mean, I do. I mean, I don't think the man walks on water or anything. And I don't believe that he can do everything overnight, you know. I don't believe he can do everything either. Because everything has to start. All the people that voted for him, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, save the country, the immigrants, and blah blah blah, whatever. But it's why don't they lift a finger to do anything in their hometown, in their own area? I want to see more of that. Now Trump is doing some good things. He's making some executive orders, trying to clear out the illegal people in our country because it is a law to come into our country. Nah, if you come to our country undocumented, things like that, it is a law. There's a whole lot of things. It's not they have a right to be here or anything because we're a country. We got to have some kind of standards. We got to have some kind of way in. It can't just be everybody can just come because then we'll just be like everybody else. And if nobody had borders, we'd all just be a third world. It wouldn't be third world countries. It'd just be third world. But he did appoint Doge. You got Elon Musk at the head of Doge, finding billions and even trillions of waste spending. And I don't understand. There's so many people that are like against this for politicians that don't care about you. they don't know your name, know nothing, but they're losing their jobs, so they're getting their bases all riled up and they're getting scared because the gravy train, the faucet of money, it's just starting to turn off for them, and they're not used to that. I mean, Reagan tried it, Obama even ran on it about waste in the government, and nobody ever really did anything. I mean, Obama got rid of some people, Clinton was getting rid of some people, Reagan tried to start it, but Trump's actually doing it, and people are mad about it, right? Why are they mad about it? These people that are mad about it, the same people that are mad about him finding the waste money and stuff, they want receipts and stuff. I'm sure they're not just saying it just because. They're not getting rid of the federal workers and stuff like that just because. It doesn't just work like that. But these same people that are mad about that are also the same people that were all hoorahing about nurses and teachers and businesses, people, things getting shut down, people getting fired, people losing their whole livelihoods over the fact that they wouldn't get vaccinated during COVID. We forgot all about that. But here they are uncovering fraud and mismanagement and stuff like that. And he's getting rid of people for legitimate reasons, and everybody's mad about it. So I don't understand that. You know, the fraud and stuff. And a lot of people that are mad about it don't even. It doesn't affect them. That's why. A lot of them don't pay taxes. A lot of them don't. There's a lot of them, don't even pay for food. There's a great divide that nobody talks about in our country. Now, I mean, some people might get offended by it, and like I said, I really don't care if they get offended. But what I know they get angry when you talk about it, like with welfare, with subsidized housing, with subsidized healthcare and stuff like that. They all get it, you know, free. It's free, right? Like somebody like me, I got an insurance with a premium with a deductible, and I still got bills, and I still can't go to the hospital or the doctors because I can't afford to take off a day of work, or most people can't. Can't afford to take off the day of work, can't afford the copay, can't afford the deductible, and then can't afford the co-insurance, anything like that. We have to pay for all that. It's not like, hey, we go and show our yellow access card here in Pennsylvania and be like, okay, and we have $1 copay for our medications, for our hospital stays, for anything. And then we just do anything, dental, because we're worried about paying for food. And those same people that got the free healthcare usually have food stamps, so they don't have to worry about buying food either, right? And then at the same time, some of the people that get welfare and live in subsidized housing by the government, and they all chant that they're all independent. I mean, I don't know who they're independent from. If your government's paying for your food, your housing, even sometimes your phone, some people get cash assistance, and then you're getting child support for kids, one or two or six or whatever. And then if you didn't work or you even worked like a couple days out of the year, when it becomes income tax refund time, the refund, because you're overpaid it because you had tax credits for things that you shouldn't have paid tax on it. Somebody that works all year that doesn't get assistance in any types. Like I said, I do believe assistance is needed. 100%. Some people fall on hard times. They do. They really do. They fall on hard times. You need help. You need housing. You need things. But I think there should be a limit. I mean, with exceptions. There should be a limit of a lifetime amount of government assistance you should get, from food stamps to housing to healthcare. I mean, the reason why our healthcare is so high was the fact that hospitals and insurance companies are forced to, you know, pay for this free medical health care. So they have to subsidize their costs through the people that actually pay for health care. So the prices at hospitals go up, the prices of premiums go up, the the amount covered under insurance will go down. But I think there should be a limit. Welfare was not made to raise three generations of your family on it. And that's one of the great divides. Like I said, you'll see these people getting this assistance, all this stuff not working, and they have kids, whether they have all kids, the same person, or multiple people, or whatever. Me, somebody without a kid, or even some people with kids, you go and file your income tax refund. You worked all year long, and they're like, "Wow, your return is $342." Meanwhile, somebody didn't work and getting all this assistance, getting all this stuff. gets 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, $16,000. Like that's crazy. Doesn't make any sense. What are you getting refunded for if you didn't spend money all year, you didn't make money all year? That's a great divide. That's why between people that work and don't receive assistance and people that don't work and receive assistance and things like that, that's a great divide that nobody talks about, especially around income tax time. And right now is income tax time, and everybody's walking around acting a fool, if you would. But I said all that to lead up to the fact that Doge, that was appointed, Elon Musk, that was appointed by Trump, is talking about all the waste that they're finding and all the money they're saving. They're talking about giving out $5,000 to each taxpayer. Now, it's not set in stone. That's not exactly a set price. It's not anything like that. But if it happens, who's all going to get that? The people that paid taxes? I mean, I don't know, man. If somebody's been on, already getting the food stamps, they're getting cash assistance and getting free housing from the government, free paying on their bills, the lie heap, the whatever. Do they deserve that? Aren't they already getting it? That's just a question on my mind. Do I deserve? I don't know, but I know I don't get anything, and I don't want it. I don't want anything. But like I said, that kind of thing, you're not supposed to raise your whole family, your three generations of your family on. You're supposed to use it while you're down. That's what it was made for. And then you're supposed to get back on your feet and do something. And there's no excuses not to find a job. I mean, the excuse, you don't have a ride, stuff like that. I don't want to hear anything about being a felon, having a record, because I don't want to hear that. And or the people that say they won't work for minimum wage or they won't work for $10 an hour. Well, $10 an hour is better than $0 an hour, as they say. That's why you start there. You're not married to your job. You don't like it, you're not making enough, find another one while you're there. I don't want to hear about the quiet quitting and all that stuff, like you should always be trying to better yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do this year, trying to better myself. Like I said, we got some candidates that are going to be coming on. We're going to have some interviews and stuff. I've just been slow to getting on here because I don't know if I've had writer's block or something like that. So, but the money they might send back, that would be good. I mean, it kind of caught between, well, we saved it, but now you're going to give it out anyway. So it's like kind of like not saving it, but we're getting it, which is a good thing. Any money back to the people is a good thing for me. I like that. So they just everybody's complaining. Everybody's complaining about all this stuff, saying where to find the receipts for all the fraud and everything. Oh, why are they looking into this and why do they want access to this? They want to steal my identity. I don't think Elon Musk needs to steal your identity or bank account or anything like that. I don't think he's not even being paid to do this. He's working for free. Just like the president is working for free. He donates a salary. Elon didn't even take a salary. He just wants to help. I don't know. There's all these conspiracy theories about it and all these things, man. Just like why are people put it into perspective? We're what 36? Is it $36 trillion in debt? I may be wrong on that exact number. That's a lot of debt. Like every taxpayer is like in debt like almost $300,000 if we were to pay that off. That's a lot considering how many people are in the United States, like 330 million or something. Put it into perspective. If $1 was 1 cent, right? Or $1, well, I'm sorry. $1 was 1 second. Can you guess how many seconds a million seconds is? How long a million seconds is? It's 11 days. Now a billion, because these numbers get thrown around, a million, a billion, a trillion, whatever, whatever. But a million seconds is 11 days. A billion seconds is 31.5 years. That's longer than a lot of you have been alive. So if we made $1 a second, we would have $1, we would have $1 billion. and it would take 31 and a half years. Now we're $36 trillion in debt, so a trillion seconds is 31,000 and some odd years. 31,000. Like the Ice Age was like 31,000 years ago, 40,000 years ago. Mammoths and stuff. So they're finding this little bit of fraud. They're finding billions. They found like 1 point something trillion in mismanaged payments or something or mishandled payments. Well, I don't know why anybody's against that. People in the middle. I mean, there's always these far right and far left people no matter what. I mean, like I said, Donald Trump could save a drowning kid from sharks. And next thing you know, the mainstream media will put out how Donald Trump deprives sharks of their meals and foods and how he's an animal hater and everything else, because that's just how that would go. So no matter what, it's a bad thing that he's finding fraud. Bad thing that he's finding waste. Not even fraud. Let's not even say fraud. It's a bad thing he's finding waste. That's why everybody's up. I mean, find anything. People in the middle should not be deterred by it. They should not be supporting the whole fact of being mad at him for finding waste. CNN was forced to pretty much say that he's keeping his promises from his campaign. He's coming in and doing everything that he said he would. And they're always coming out with these things with the judges. They're blocking his rulings and stuff. Trying to wonder where along the line judges got so much power all of a sudden. Like even if something was voted on in the Congress and people that voted for people in the Congress and they voted and go through, all of a sudden judges can just stop it. Is it unconstitutional? Since when do they care about the Constitution? They're always talking about it needs to be rewritten and whatnot. I think it just needs to be reread. Everything in that was written so it could expand. That's why there was no certain things about certain technologies or gun laws or anything like that. Nothing in there about gun control. There's no such thing as gun control. It's people control. Gun control is learning how to aim, hold your gun, things like that. The gun control they're talking about is people control. I am a Second Amendment absolutist. I feel like anybody, regardless of anything they've done, unless like you're batshit crazy. I mean, if you're like a schizophrenic and you can't be trusted with your toothbrush, let alone a gun, that's a different thing, man. But now they have infringements on that right all the time. If even with the legal medical marijuana stuff, right? Even with that, you get that, and they won't let you get like a concealed carry permit and stuff. I don't know how that. You get a felon, you can't have you're a felon, you can't have a gun for the rest of your life. Why do we have gun laws like for crimes with guns and stuff like that? We just uphold them. It shouldn't be a life sentence for anything. You shouldn't be shall not be infringed. That just means exactly what it means. Now I get it. Somebody shouldn't have like like a 50 caliber machine gun or something in their basement or have bombs, big massive weapons and stuff like that. But anybody should be able to protect themselves or hunt whenever. They should be able to do that. But we haven't gotten to that point yet. Everybody blames the fact of guns for crimes instead of the fact of people, you know. Just like even when it comes to abortion and stuff like that, people say it's the right. I don't really care either way. I mean, we're just not going to rename it. It's an abortion. You're getting rid of a baby. I don't, you do what you want to do. I'm more of a pro-life person, but I'm not like in your face tell you what to do kind of thing, but I'm not going to change my language for it. So, but all these things, like instead of telling people it's the right or this should happen or these things restrict people from having guns and stuff, why don't we start like at a base level and start like teaching children to make better choices? Choose instead of telling them all these entitlements, telling them to choose people they could trust, like teach them people skills. In a most connected generation with Facebook and IG and TikTok and all that, it's like becoming like the most disconnected generations. When I was young, you actually had to go out. If you wanted to do something, you wanted to find out about something, you actually had to go out to that place and do something, talk to people, do things, learn your people skills. But we're getting away from that, and everybody's shouting down social media. Like, look at TikTok. They said they were shutting it down, and I made a joke about how TikTok app isn't working, but ZipRecruiter and Indeed is. Not that I'm against TikTok or anything. I really ain't. I mean, they're great platforms. Facebook's a great platform for conveying information, but I don't know. It's just people should not put all their eggs in one basket. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do all that. But yeah, it has been a weird year so far. That'd be nice if we get that $5,000 dividend. That'd be nice. I'd accept that. Like I said, we have that new president with New Orleans. We have a massive wildfires in California. I mean, Pasadena was gone. And they all laughed at Trump when he was arguing with Newsom like 5 years ago, talking about he had bad forestry management and the things with the water and getting into areas. They didn't have any water. We've had that. We have, like I said, a whole lot of things have been going on these last 2 months. And it's hard for people to keep up because there's so much going on. And the people that did vote or didn't vote for the new president, some are saying, well, why hasn't anything gone down in price? Why are the eggs up in price? Give him a second. Man's been in there a little over a month now. It takes time. Things got to get passed through Congress. Can't do everything with executive order. It's got to be right for everybody. It can't just be right for one group of people. It has to be right for everybody, right? And well, if you're still here, I really hope that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure to share this out, help to grow my pages here on YouTube, here on Spotify, Facebook, all at Coal Region Discontent. And you can always reach out through via Facebook at Coal Region Discontent or at coalregiondiscontent@gmail.com if you'd like to become a sponsor or a guest or have a topic to talk about. Make sure you smash that like button for me. Other news. Like I said, we're trying some new things. There's a lot of things in the area. Actually, today, another bad things happened down at the hospital in York. Let me make sure I say this right. hmm UPMC Memorial Hospital in West Manchester Township, right? That is there was a shooting, and I believe the shooter is dead. Now this is February 22nd, 2025. So I'm hoping that's resolved by now. That was just a few hours ago. There is a whole lot of other things going on with the new Trump presidency and stuff like that. Uh they have the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico, only part of it, only where our shoreline is. But I mean, I don't know if he's wrong. I know if he's right, but I don't know if he's wrong. And they're like, oh, you can't rewrite history. I mean, you can. I mean, look at all the places that weren't states before that were territories and got named into states. Look at all the countries in Africa that constantly change names. I mean, and in the Middle East, like things happen. They don't just not happen. You can do that. You literally do have to rewrite history books. Like you have to change things. History is history. This is new. But that's up to them. That doesn't really bother me. The whole Gulf of America thing doesn't really bother me. Or Trump trolling Prime Minister Trudeau up there in Canada keeps calling him Governor Trudeau. They should be the 51st state. Just everybody should calm down about them finding the fraud, the waste, and stuff like that because it can only do us good. It's not gonna do us any harm, that's for sure. There's so many buildings that are federal buildings that aren't even being used that are still being paid for. There's so many programs out there that aren't even being used and somehow money's still getting funneled to them. There's so much weird money that's going to other countries for like dog abortions and transgender studies and dogs and giving mice cocaine and dogs cocaine, things like that. I mean, that's a lot of money for those kinds of research. We got a lot of homeless people here. We got people that aren't, like you said, aren't making right wages. I think they should change the minimum wage, maybe a little bit. maybe a little bit, but not to what everybody else wants it. I mean, it can ruin the economy. Next thing you know, the higher wages aren't that high anymore. Not everybody is equal. Everybody has equal opportunity. Not everybody has equal outcomes. I just want I just want everybody to have the opportunity. You have the opportunity, like you have the right to pursuit of happiness. It doesn't guarantee happiness. You have the right to the pursuit of happiness, as long as that doesn't harm anybody else or infringe anybody else's rights. No. But like I said, if you just tuned in or you're been here this long, remember to hit the like button, share it for me. Check us out on Facebook, TikTok, here, YouTube, anywhere. Coal Region Discontent. Remember the email is coalregiondiscontent@gmail.com. And you can always reach out via text message through the Facebook app, Messenger app for Coal Region Discontent. And you can always support us through our Chime links, PayPal links. And if you want to become a supporter, you want to become a sponsor, or you want to be a guest, you want to showcase a business, a product, your band, your artwork, anything, you can always reach out, and I would do my very best to get you in on. Because I've been slacking a lot lately, guys. I'm sorry. Um, a little bit of writer's block, a little bit of stuff. I've been dealing with some other things, you know, in my own personal life, because I work and stuff. But I like to come on here and talk, and I'm going to try to guess because it's kind of hard to sit here and just talk by myself. I could go on about different subjects. I mean, you've seen how many different subjects I just rambled on about in the last couple minutes, and I did it does. I try to watch my words. That's what I say. I don't try to watch them really hard, but I'm not gonna sit there and say things I know ex are especially offensive to somebody or somebody I know they're gonna take offense to for sure. I'm never trying to cause controversy. Just like with candidates, I don't openly support any one candidate. Oh, just out there. I mean, I supported Trump. That was about it. But like any local candidates, state candidates, stuff, I'll get the information out there, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. Because I believe that everybody should have an educated choice when they go to the ballot box. Everybody should know what's going on in the area. I don't just, like I said, I don't just do accident scenes, fires, and stuff like that. I make cooking videos, whether you like them or not. You can always give me suggestions. I could try them. I mean, I'm not exactly wealthy, so I mean, whatever I can get, I get, and then I make it. Excuse me. But you can always have a suggestion. If you get a band that you know of that they'll reach out and they'll actually get back to me, I will have them on. We'll try to make some videos and showcase them. Restaurants, I do restaurant reviews. That's another thing. It costs money. Like I said, you can always support, especially on Facebook. You can become a subscriber. You can become a subscriber here on YouTube or Spotify, but you can always reach out through our Chime link, our PayPal link. It's at the top of the Facebook page at Coal Region Discontent. Facebook.com/Coal Region Discontent is the actual address. Or you can contact me if there's any other way you want to donate, or if you want to become a sponsor, if you want to become an advertiser, anything. So if there's any other subjects anybody wants to talk about, you can also reach out with that. And I really hope everybody's doing good this year. I really hope you're trying. I mean, don't get bummed out. You made yourself a New Year's resolution or something and you didn't stick to it, going to the gym. Now, it's you and you got to motivate you. You want to do better for you. Even if it's for your kids or something, you still got to do better for you so you can do better for them. It's a it's a chain reaction, If you're doing good, everybody around you that benefits from you is gonna be doing better. Me, we're trying to pick up some people for the team here. I'm trying to pick up people for the team because a lot of things I can't do on my own. Trying to diversify a little bit. Maybe I'll have a food or condiment thing coming out or something. Trying to work on that. Some local fire companies, and I have a cousin that makes some stuff. So hopefully we're going to be doing that. Um, but I think that might be all for today, guys. I really don't have too much more to speak on. I didn't really have a subject matter. I just want to try and get you guys episodes just to let you know what's going on out there and let you know where you can follow, where you can support anything. You can usually find us on Spotify and YouTube with the podcast, but on Facebook, there's a lot of content over there, daily content over there for local news things. I'd like to see if maybe we can get some local sports athletes on, like student athletes, because it's student athletes are, it's kind of rough. You got to keep your grades up for sure, and you got to do that, and they lose a lot of their social life, doing practice, man. They sacrifice because you got to sacrifice for what you want to do and what you love. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And I look forward to having more of these episodes with you and hopefully have more guests and it'll be a little more interesting. But make sure you go out and check them out. Food reviews, business reviews, everything. Like one's detailed by Mike, the Cole Region Winery. Um, we got Oliver's. We did a lot of reviews over there. So yeah, and if there's anything ever, you can always say it. I don't respond to ignorant stuff because I don't feel like it deserves my energy. I don't like self-righteous people. I don't like that. Put themselves up like on a high horse and like they know all these things. Because I know if you come at me when we're talking, if you're gonna act like you're an expert, you better be an expert and not just sound good. Because I'm pretty good at figuring that part out too. So, but if you could, guys, if you stayed this long, make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share us out to your friends, keep me in the algorithm. Keep me in your feeds, put me in other people's feeds, help grow the page. And if you'd like to reach out to support, but thank you for tuning in. And remember, here at Coal Region Discontent, the motto is act stupid and get treated accordingly. Woo, I almost messed up myself. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Tune in next time, guys.